Dun dun da da dun dun da 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 da. We ready? All right, guys. Hello and welcome to the Ask Aviator live stream. This is episode number 8, and you can hear me twice because AJ is listening to the stream.
I turned the volume off. I swear.
Joining me today, I've got AJ Goin, however you want to say his name.
What up?
You guys may recognize him from ESPN or from now his third episode on the live stream. But AJ has, gosh, it's been quite the month for you. You got your PPG-3 today.
Yeah, that's awesome too.
You learned to fly 34 days ago. So
I've got to fly every day though since I've left. So
that's pretty impressive. And you've been back for about 2 weeks, so welcome. Welcome back to the stream. We're going to answer your questions tonight, guys. We're going to talk about some new products. And as always, we're doing our very best to not make it just a Aviator stream, but we actually want to answer what you guys have questions about in the paramotor community as a whole. So please take some time to share this video, share the post. If we're live right now and you share it, you have a chance to win something cool. We have hats, shirts, mugs, bottles of like silver bottles, all sorts of really razzle dazzle stuff. So make sure you guys share the post, please. Let us know you shared in the comments below, and we will get back with you. We've got these super cool new pop filters. I feel like I'm playing with a Frisbee. Can pop all day long and supposedly doesn't hurt people's soul anymore. So that's I guess a good thing.
you can start beatboxing now, right?
Oh, dude, do it.
No.
Drop the beat. I'll rap. Behind the camera's like, no. No. Guys, welcome to the stream. Sandor, good to see you. Parker, always a pleasure. Mike Cotter, Robert Durbin, Mark Dillner, and Ockbots, that's you. Man.
Doesn't make any sense. Inception, there you go.
Todd Scandrett is in the house as well. Guys, always great to see our Aviator family here representing, and all the new folks as well. Mark is joining us for training, I believe, in November, and I'm pretty sure he's fairly excited. But let's see. Bruce Sroka, good to see you from the Asylum. I love it. And I have a few questions that have already come in, and let's see here. First one. Can you explain the PPG rating and what they mean? Do you need to have a rating? Are they needed for flying abroad? Alex Diaz, PS 67 days. Alex is coming to join us in 67 days. I don't know what day that is. I don't even know what day. I know it's a Tuesday because it's a live stream day, but that's like.
Well, you know, it's 67 days before you get to see him, right?
I'm so excited. It's going to be great. Roberto, welcome. Brandon Hughes, welcome. Ahmed, welcome as well. Glad to have you all here. Bob Garber, welcome back. Jeremiah Culp, see you in a few weeks, my friend. I just saw that you're going to be at Endless Foot Drag as well. I'm stoked. Kurt Ammons checking in from Tennessee, actually Mississippi. He's looking at buying a new airplane.
Has he got a paramotor yet?
No paramotors. He has like 1,400 airplanes, and that's, goals and stuff.
Kurt, get with the program. Get a paramotor.
I like it. Chris Hammond says, I have a question regarding safety. As a new paramotor pilot, I have read that when your seat is on the floor, there is no crumple zone. How important is the crumple zone if you have a hard landing? Well, to be completely blunt, I think a crumple zone is a great idea. I think that there are some other items that are better ideas. Some of the manufacturers now have started installing airbags on the bottom of their harnesses. They crumple up, so when you launch, they don't get in the way. That's one of the problems with the crumple zone paramotor, is that it's quite difficult to shuffle your feet and not kick the back. I think that any kind of spine protection is a great idea. That's why all the free flight harnesses and stuff, they have big foam protectors or airbag protection, which is always a good idea. So is it important? Sure. Is it necessary? It's up to you. It's your personal preference, and it's what your risk profile is. I don't fly a paramotor with a crumple zone. Neither do you. I don't think there's a right answer there. There's one manufacturer who makes a big deal out of it because his paramotor is super. It's the only one that has it. So talk to people, find someone that you trust, and follow their advice. Our students train on Parajet Mavericks and Fly Products Eclipses, and they have zero issues as far as anything that Crumple Zone would help them with. Okay, to answer Alex's question, though, about ratings. Paramotor rating or PPG rating is generally offered by the USPPA in the U.S., and then there's also many different ratings companies or organizations in Europe, etc. Do they matter? There used to be one FunFly'n in the U.S. that required a rating. I don't think there are any FunFlyns left in the U.S. that require ratings. The goal of a rating was brilliant. It was like, hey, let's certify people to a certain standard so that you can have the expectation of how safe they'll be as pilots, which I thought was brilliant. I want to have the expectation, like when I go fly with the Paradigm guys, I know that I can rip a barrel roll and they'll be out of my way. Period. I know I can come up 6 inches from their wing, and they're going to know I'm there. I'm never going to surprise them, right? It's fantastic. When I go to a fly-in where a rating is required, what we found instead of it being systemized and stabilized, what we found instead was that instructors are giving out ratings. Like I got mine after 2 flights, my PBG2, intermediate pilot rating, where you should have 25 flights. And my issue with it is that instructors are giving out ratings like candy because they either want to have the most ratings given out or they get paid for it. And so you don't actually have that level of actual safety guaranteed. So like I gave you your PBG3 rating today, but I don't give those out easily. I don't give out any ratings easily. We require that you actually hit the number of flights you're supposed to have. We require that you actually have the number of skills you're supposed to have. In fact, we require more than the standard. We require everyone who gets a PBG2 to also have the spot landing skills that the spot landing rating gives. So, yeah, I don't know that they matter. Do you think they matter so far in your experience?
I mean, I haven't been to any fly-ins, and I haven't been required to show anything. I'd like to think that they'd be important at some point.
Yeah.
I like the idea behind it, and I also think about the fact of supporting like USPPA or, I think that's important because, as you know, I'm from the drone industry, and the AMA has played a crucial role in legislation and other things that go into the sport, and inevitably that's probably going to happen in this as well eventually. Right. So I think it's important to have these established things set up in a company that or an organization that's standardizing laws for blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand what you mean, and that's to me is why we still offer USPPA ratings, even though I don't feel like they make as big of a difference anymore. What I think is more important for us is we've said that what matters most is where you got your rating from. Like if you get your rating from Eric DeFore or from Aviator or from Christina Croce or from some of these reputable instructors, you've worked for it and you earned it and you did the right thing and you actually utilized it well. Part of the other question, I'm not sure if it was in Alex's email or another one I saw today, was basically, does it matter internationally? And the answer is absolutely not. Every country has different regulations. Like in the UK, you don't have to have any ratings to fly foot launch, but you have to have a pilot's license to fly with a trike. In France, you have to have a whole different pilot's license. Germany, a whole different pilot's license. And none of the U.S. rating systems are ever going to help you go fly there unless you actually get your pilot's license and your powered parachute rating. And it's a very convoluted system. So looking at internationally, there's lots of different nations that give you ridiculous amounts of liberty. The U.S. is pretty good about liberty. But you go to Jamaica or Costa Rica, and it's just crazy what you can get away with. And they're actually just really excited about it. They don't get angry. They're like, this is so cool. Epoxy Dude says, what's the best trike out there? Man, it really depends on your mission. To me, for my personal style of flying, I love the Foxy trike from Fly Products because it hit all the different cylinders of things I was trying to design a trike for. We spent a ridiculous amount of money building a whole bunch of prototype trikes. I'm actually really embarrassed about it. I could have bought a car. But the Foxy's super compact. It's very lightweight. It only adds 19.8 pounds with the small wheels on your thing. You don't have to change your hang points. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes to install, so it's super easy. My dad actually just got his, and you can attest to this. Yeah. He's flying around like cheesing.
Yeah. He was out there flying a different wing and was like, oh, I found my new girlfriend. Yeah. And it's just a wing that I would fly,
It's Roadster 3. Roadster 324. Absolutely.
Also, the Flash is the one that I like as well because I want the Foxy for that reason. I can use the same wing, still fly like if a day my knee's acting up. But then the Flash, I want to be able to take my wife up when I get my tandem certificate.
Right.
And both of those moat frames use the Fly Products.
Yep.
So you just pop it off and throw it on there and good to go.
Yeah, so that's the big point. Like I love the Foxy for me. I would never train on anything but the Vertigo. The Vertigo is the best trike I've ever used for training because it has the prop cover on both sides, so you have a net on both sides, which is awesome. And then the back end of it, you've got the Flash Cruiser, and then you can go crazy and get like the Eco 2 Light and have 45 horsepower pushing you through the sky. But there's definitely a lot of different options. Jason Gee asks, what is the instructor/student ratio at Aviator PPG training? Our rule is 2 to 1. So 2 students per instructor. What was the last 2 classes like, or what were the last 2 classes like?
The last 2 classes was more like 1.2 instructors per student. It was pretty significant, the amount of instructors that were the last 2 classes.
Yeah, we had like 6 students, and I think at one point we had 11 instructors on the field.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh. But we are always trying to train instructors, whether they're from our school. You guys met Tyson last week. He'll be back on the show tonight to talk about his past week's experience here. He's a phenomenal instructor. Came in today with a whole big list of questions and ideas and stuff that he picked up this week, which is awesome because I love to learn from other instructors. So we try to share the knowledge and share the wealth, and all work together to try to make this entire sport a better place. So it's good. AJ, is there any way for drones and paramotors to live in peace and harmony, sharing airspace?
I'd say yes, and they already do. If Eric's video will attest to that.
There's a great video of him flying through my lines. If you haven't seen it yet, look up Drone Swarm on our YouTube channel. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, and that's how I found out about this whole deal. Was Paradigm went to Flight Fest Ohio in 2017, where I met Eric, got to fly around him a little bit.
Yep.
And
I was scared of you then. I was asking. I was like, "Hey, is this guy getting good? Is he gonna kill me?"
Yeah. So that was what was cool. Was like that was a drone event, and Paradigm was there performing, and I think you guys got a lot of people interested in the sport just in that one event, and then ongoing.
Yeah.
Because you had another Flight Fest South event here.
Yeah, we had it here,
and I think that was pretty awesome. And I don't think there's any problem with those two mixing. In fact, I want to go to Ready Made RC's event this August, hopefully, and they're going to be. I want to go fly my paramotor there at their event. So
there's a lot to it. I mean, when I think of like sport drones and DJI Phantoms, that kind of thing, it's not as big of a concern. If you have something like the Google drones that are now out and about, you get a lot of weight, a lot of movement, a lot of speed. Then I can see why there might be some concern. But even then, this guy is real big, guys. This guy is really big. Yeah. So I don't carry as much concern. Max Lichko says, Moster EFI, tell us the benefits and downsides, how easy it is to upgrade, and is it in cooperation with Vitarazi? Will avoid the warranty. I can't make it endless foot drag to check it out. Sorry if this was covered in prior live stream. So the Aviator EFI is going to be launched at endless foot drag. As far as install and upgrade, it's probably about a 3-hour install. If you have a frame that it's supported on, like the dual start you have is a fantastic frame for it. We actually designed it around that frame on the Flight Products Rider. To install it on a different frame like a Maverick or a Scout or something like that might be a little more challenging because you have to add some brackets. But it's phenomenal. So biggest benefits are the fact that it starts first or second pull every time with no priming. You never have to clean a carburetor again. You never have to retune your carburetor again. You can fly it in 5-degree weather or 95-degree weather, and it's not going to make a difference. It's just going to start and run. The throttle power band is much smoother. It's much more controlled. Have you flown it yet?
I have not, but
there's one down there. You should fly it.
You know what? I think I will. I've talked to Alex about it some.
It's an impressive piece of kit. So throttle power band, actual output power is higher. We have not measured it yet, but we've heard from every pilot who's flown it, they feel like it makes more power. So that's good. The
fuel efficiency?
Fuel efficiency, yeah. I mean, we're burning 30% less fuel, if not more, or if not less. I think that Ross measured between 30 and 40% less fuel burn, which is insane. And we're flying on the tandem trike, Dad is, and he's flying heavy students on the tandems, and he goes out for an hour flight with like 3.5-4 liters of fuel. He's like, I'm good. I'm like, dude, seriously? So man, this thing sips fuel, so that's a good thing. Dave Nichols, just ordered my Foxy. Yay. Dude, thank you very much for the order. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to my children. They're very hungry. So thank you. I truly appreciate it. But to answer the rest of Max's question, downsides, I don't know of any yet. It does add a little bit of weight. So you're probably going to add about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. The batteries are very light. But so far we haven't seen any downsides. We're looking at cooler operating temperatures, smoother power, less vibration because you're not dealing with over richness or under richness. It's just nice.
The weight seems to make no difference at all, though, if it's only adding that much because you're saving that much in fuel efficiency.
That's a solid point.
And a gallon of gas is way more than that.
That's true. That's very true. So far so good. Is it going to be in cooperation with Vitarazi? We don't know yet. We would love to work with Vito on it. We showed them the project back in February when we had our first units being test flown, and we were really excited about it. And we were like, listen, like this is working. And they said, well, we want to do more testing. And they aren't in a rush, but they are coming to meet with us here before Endless Foot Drag. So we're hoping to sit down with Mateo and Luca and see if we can see some stuff happen, because we would basically every product that we come out with, every accessory we come out with, the goal is to better the entire industry. Mm-hmm. And even if we make way less money as far as financially, if it's able to be an EFI motor from Vitarazi with factory support, factory parts, it's going to help everybody a lot more because I think it makes pilots safer, more reliable engines, less fuel burn. So hopefully they'll work with us. That's our goal, but it's really up to them. We finally decided that we couldn't wait anymore. We've been talking to them since February. Like, listen, like, we've got a ton of money invested in this project and a ton of time. And poor Alex is like, dude, I just bought a house. We got to. So we decided to go ahead and put a date on it. And so hopefully this will end up being released as a Viterazzi product. If not, it'll be an Aviator product, and we'll be supporting people as we always do. So.
That's awesome.
While I'd imagine each paramotor is a little different, generally speaking, what temperatures can you store a paramotor in? Would a deep winter bother a motor if it's stored outside in a shed? Bradleyus Maximus. I live in Florida, dude.
It's a good question.
It is a good question. I don't see cold being a factor.
What about if you have a reserve on there and power floats? Does that make a difference?
I can't think of any reason why it would. I mean, if you're in like severe cold, like northern Minnesota, -80 or something, maybe.
Or humidity?
Yeah, humidity humidity does have a factor, especially on power floats. They'll fire. Same thing with reserves. You want to have them repacked more frequently if you're in a really humid place. I don't see any reason. I can't think of any reason to keep it if it's going to be -80. As far as heat goes, heat definitely can be a factor. We try not to put our paramotors in crazy hot spaces, although we do keep about 20 of them in a shipping container that's not vented very well, and it gets hotter than blazes. But even then, we haven't seen. Like, I've got one that's Marcus's. It has probably been sitting there for a year and a half, 2 years, so it looks brand new in the heat. So I don't know the answer to that. Tyson, do you have any ideas on that? No? All right. Kyle Van Balderen. Tornado 280 is a good option for starting out. 300-pound pilot, really keen to start. 300-pound pilot, yeah, the Tornado might be a great choice. You could actually completely easily fly a Motor 185 as well. That's what we put our heavy students on. And you see here behind me, this is the Volution 3. This would be a very good choice for someone of your weight and size. It's going to have a lot of thrust, big, burly cage, strong. Also probably in the top 3 most beautiful paramotors in the industry.
It is a very sexy frame. I walked in here and I was like, oh, that's so good looking right now.
Yeah, it's pretty glorious. So definitely, you have lots of different options. My recommendation is always the same, and that is simply, please find an instructor. Don't buy any equipment. Go to the instructor that lets you use their gear for free. There's lots of them now. We kind of started a trend there. Used to be nobody did it. We did it first, I think, and or one of the first, and now everybody seems to. So go to an instructor that has good gear that you can use. See if the sport's right for you. Don't drop $10,000, $15,000 and discover it's not the right sport for you. It's a huge waste. So
someone was just messaging me on Instagram about this. Lots of people on my Instagram have been following and watching all my videos, and one guy's like, I think I'm going to buy a Scout, and what should I go train? And I'm like, oh, my God. Please just go train first and make sure you want to do this. And if you do, you can play with some different machines, and Scout maybe not be the best first choice.
I mean, even Scout will tell you it's not the best first paramotor. So, there's definitely a lot of different considerations. But, yeah, find training first. Jim Furman, good to see you, my friend. Tim Current asks, are you guys planning on holding any clinics this year? Example, motor maintenance. Actually, we are not, but Viterazzi is. Viterazzi is holding a motor maintenance clinic and motor repair clinic, and we're super excited about it because you're actually going to have the owners of Viterazzi there, the mechanics and builders of the motors. They're going to be there teaching you how to go through them. So definitely well worth your time. Brandon Nanya, when are you training tandem/quad pilots? So tandems we're working on. We would like to put together a better syllabus than what's currently out there. We've done some tandem sign-offs, but very much, one-offs at a time. So we want to put together a really proper syllabus for how we're going to do it, how we're going to do it safely, how we're going to do it right. So I would expect sometime toward the end of the year, we'll probably be offering tandem stuff. It'll only be for tandem-capable pilots. So you have to be an instructor, you have to be a trike pilot, and then we'll teach you how to do both. Right, so we are happy to. I mean, I'm an instructor administrator for USPPA and an AFI for ASC, so I can do the sign-offs. But we want to make sure that people do it right. So 150 hours minimum time. I'd rather see 300 hours. Significant experience on a trike. You want to do things right and safely.
I'm curious to go along with that. So is it going to be primarily trike focused then on your training?
100%.
Okay.
And that's just simply for safety.
Okay.
While you can do foot launch tandems, the reality is it's so dangerous, in my opinion. You've got 4 arms, 4 legs flailing in front of a fast-moving propeller. And almost every student, unless they're already a pilot, is going to sit down in front of you. Mm-hmm. And now you've got, what do you weigh, 220?
Yeah, 220.
So you got a 220-pound dude with an 80-pound motor on his back that now has a catapult, not a catapult, like a lever, like a pole vault in front of them. You're just going to drive them into the ground, and with a prop spinning on your back, you run the risk of hurting them or hurting yourself. When they made trikes legal again, it was such a joy. It's so much safer. I can't recommend it enough. It really, really is a big deal. Parker Awesome, what is the cost going to be on the EFI as an add-on option to previously purchased machines? We don't have a final retail price yet. It's going to be roughly half of what the motor costs is what I'm expecting right now. We are not completely sure. That will be announced at the Endless Foot Trek. Matthew Peace, my frame uses arm offset to counter torque. I have an Atom 80. Which arm should have the smaller spacer / which carabiner should be closer to my body? Hang on a second. Let's see. I can't see. I think it's the left. Hang on.
I
Let's
think
see.
you're right.
Yes. Left arm further away.
Left arm further away.
Yeah. See, this is the problem when you don't like to think through things and you can just go over there and look. So, yeah, left arm further away. So the right arm will be closer to you. Let's see. Can Dual Star be added to Moster 185 aftermarket? Not that I know of. I'm not sure on that. I can find out for you. Send us an email, info@aviatorppg.com, and we can find out for you. Let's see. Hey, Fly, good to see you, sir.
Rick Dugan, that's a funny comment.
Robert, California. I'm a noob. What is the EFI? EFI is electronic fuel injection. Just like you wouldn't buy a car that has a carburetor anymore, or you wouldn't find one at a dealership anyway. The electronic fuel injection allows us to really have a much better system. Chris Hammond, would you recommend electric start at all? Decided not to go electric, but there was one article about flying / gliding without motor, and that it would be more difficult to restart with pull start. It is more difficult to restart with pull start. If you're in the air, if you lose prime, etc., it can be more challenging. My encouragement is set up a primer bulb that you can reach. I fly a ton of thermaling. I have no issues. Leave it idle for a while or shut it down, reprime, and go. So the Moster makes it pretty easy to start. It's just overhand, pop, and it's gone. You've been doing a lot more midday flying too.
Yeah, I kind of got rocked a little bit the other day.
They make you humble?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I went up, 11:30 or 12, and the forecast showed to be pretty moderate. And then I got up to about 3,500 feet, and it was just getting worse and worse. And I realized it was going to continue to get worse and worse, and I started questioning what the hell I was thinking.
What have I done?
Yes.
What have I done?
But as soon as I got on the ground, I was like, all right, let's do it again, but not right now.
Well, that's one of the clinics we'll be offering later this year is thermaling clinics, where we can take a pilot like you who's got significant experience, put you on a safe wing like the Mojo, like you were flying, and then walk people through the exact steps to keep yourself safe and to really dial in and hone those skills. So that'll be a lot of fun. What is your Instagram handle, AJ?
Ockbots.
Ockbots.
awkbots.com. No, it's just Ockbots.
Is it Ockbots _ or something?
No, it's just Ockbots.
Ockbots,
Yeah.
Cool. Check them out. All right, we've got more questions. Where will Paradigm be performing this year? Michael Hansen. We performed at Sun & Fun, Oshkosh, and at the Lycoming County Balloon Fest and Air Show in Lycoming County, Pennsylvania. I believe it's September-ish. Joel asks, what's the new adventure thing for Travis and Kyle? Travis and Kyle wanted to have an excuse to travel around the country and do fun stuff, so they are going to be doing some traveling and doing fun stuff. They're doing some instructing for Resurgence PPG as well. Eric Sheridan, any updates on the Aviator throttle? Yes! Should have them at Endless Foot Drag, Lord willing. We have just spent all the money, and yes. Chris Hammond, we don't have the facilities to use machines, so need to commit and purchase. Chris, send me an email. I'll be happy to try to find someone for you that can put you in a class properly. And he also asked why the Scout is not the best first-time machine. It's brittle. Actually, I'll talk to Tyson some more about that when he gets in here. Can I fly tandem for fun, or is it for instructional purposes only? Instructional purposes only, Brandon. You've got to be an instructor, and you've got to do things safely. Absolutely. All right, so really quick. AJ, I want to talk about you before we go too much further.
Okay.
We're like 25 minutes in already.
All right, let me get my narcissism.
Narcissism hat. Hang on, let's give you a halo already. So AJ you trained here a month ago.
Yeah.
Just over a month ago. You came back 2 weeks later. Why'd you come back? What's going on? How's the experience been so far?
Yeah, I mean, the experience, I knew it was going to be fun. I knew it was going to be great. And I knew the training was going to be great, but everything far exceeded my expectations. And you offered a chance to come back and be an intern instructor. and I was like, how do you say no to that when you're like, and so yeah, I went back home to Texas, and I was lucky to fly. I think I flew like 2 times a week for 2 weeks, and so coming back to Florida, it's like I get to fly every day here.
Yeah.
So that's been amazing. Even while instructing, I can get here a little bit sooner before the students get here at twilight, and jump up and get a little bit of flight time in, and yeah, I don't know, not to ramble on, but it's been an amazing experience, and even funner than I was expecting. I didn't know what it was going to be like, and now I get to see 2 classes come through and leave, and watch people go from scared to overconfident with the kiting,
right,
and then to first flights, and then that whole back down to oh my god again. And then the confidence builds again. It's like to watch the progression of everyone. It's been amazing, and to see everything click in their mind and leave here very confident, like I did.
Right.
It's really rewarding, and it's very fun, and it's super exciting to learn so much from everyone.
Hang on, I gotta do a quick college trick for old John here.
You know, what's funny is we had, like you said, 11 instructors that very first class, and it couldn't have been more amazing for me because most of everyone was way more experienced than I was. So I've got to learn from everyone, from you, from Ross and Chris and Tyson and Mike, and just everyone. I'm getting to learn. I couldn't have asked for a better situation. Like, now I get to come and ask people, what am I doing wrong when I try and do this? And then I also get to tell other people what I've learned, you know.
Well, one of the things that we've tried to do is I've never subscribed to the idea that you have to have done something for forever to be really good at teaching it. What is most important for us, like, you're not talking people up on their first flights or anything. No. You're laying out wings and helping with kiting and whatnot. But what's most important, the reason why I offered you the job was like, listen, like, you have empathy and passion. And that's the number one things I want in our instructors. And your empathy is so clear, your patience is beautiful, and your passion is insane. So it's a really cool thing, and you have a wife that lets you do it, which is
I have an amazing wife who surprised me the other day with a brand new Aviator helmet, which I was not expecting.
She was so cute about it. She kept, have you done it yet? Have you done it yet? She kept texting me. I'm like, not yet. I will.
Yeah, but I'm in a lucky situation. But I would say that if you're passionate about this, like I am, I would take up the opportunity, if you can, to try and do the same path that I have, because I feel like my progression is very steep because I'm able to do this.
So don't get overconfident.
Yeah, I don't want to get the intermediate syndrome, which I can see how it can happen very quickly.
When you're that as talented as you are, it becomes very easy, like very, very much easier.
A rule I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep going.
Go ahead.
A rule I've kind of find myself subscribing to. I heard this on a podcast. Gavin McClurg was talking about if he finds himself making more than 3 mistakes in a row before he even gets up in the air, then he automatically says, am I in the right headspace to be flying right now?
Nice.
And I've kind of subscribed to that. And I did that at one point where I made 3 mistakes. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I just shouldn't be flying right now, because if I'm making these small mistakes like this, even if I do get up, it's probably not going to be the flight that I want, because I'm not reacting the way I should be. And it's very unsafe, you know?
Absolutely. So. Well, and that's the big thing is we say this over and over again to our students, but it's the last thing you pre-flight is what between your ears, you know, what's between your ears, how will you feel, how do you look, how does it work? You know, that's really the crucial element. So all right. So yeah, that's why AJ's here. We're in a constant state of growth and development here. He's learning to become an instructor. He's helping out with the other instructors. He's kind of interning and developing, and it's been awesome to see your progression already. You know, it's
making me blush over here.
It really has. It's been really fun, and that's, you know, as I made the decision last year that I didn't want to be the one on the field all the time anymore. I wanted to be able to spend some time with my kids, because I tell you what, going to work at 6:30 in the morning, getting home at 10:30 at night, do that for a few months straight, and your wife doesn't like you as much. So we knew we had to hire a lot more instructors, and you know, as we are slowly bringing you guys up, it's been amazing. You know, it's definitely a neat experience. Really,
I don't know how you could have done it for so long like you have. Like, the days are long, and it adds up quick.
It's emotionally exhausting, partly because it's so good.
Yeah.
You know? Brian Pearson asks, does that Aviator throttle have an elastic strap? Yes, Brian, it does have an elastic strap, because I agree. I like that a lot. Julian Coates, what would you recommend as a first paramotor? Something super light like the Eclipse, or something optimized for sturdiness? It depends on you as a pilot. That's why we don't sell gear generally until you're finished with your first flights and we're starting to get an idea of what kind of a pilot you're going to become. The first step, in my opinion, would be lightweight for sure, and then if necessary, something strong. The Parajet Maverick's what we sell a lot of our students because it's titanium. So if they do make a mistake, the frame is usually just fine. Have you decided to offer the Aviator extended warranty? Drecklock asks, if so, and I buy a motor before this becomes a thing, can I buy the extended warranty later on down the road? If we do so, yes. If you buy a paramotor today, you email info@aviatorppg.com and you say, I want to buy a Maverick right now, and then in 3 months from now, we say, hey, we're going to offer an extended warranty. We'd be more than happy to extend it to you as well. That's something we would definitely do as long as you're still within the warranty period. It's 100% a big deal to us that we want to make sure that we're, serving our customers as best we can. We have not made a decision on the warranty program yet. It's something that we're working on actively. It's just, there's a lot of like integers to figure out. Like, okay, how many exhausts did Viterazzi sell post-warranty in the last 6 years? How many cylinders, how many pistons, how many rings, and all the different things that relegate to the balance of cost. So it's not something that's happened yet. JW Ramp, how do you pick 2-meter frequencies to make sure you're not stepping on anyone's toes? We actually just use FRS frequencies. We use family radio frequencies. And we have some that work really well around here and some that don't. We just kind of pick and choose and see what works best. For us, what we found is if you go on channel 18, you get the dry cleaners. You go on channel 13, I think it is, you get the construction crew. I swear to God, I swear. It's actually hilarious. So let's see.
Rick, I'll be back in a few weeks.
Yeah. AJ will be back.
For a short period of time.
Absolutely. All right, Brad. Are there any alliance partners in the Mid-Atlantic or North Atlantic coming soon? Could have sworn there were more partners on the list on the old website. Brad, we cut a few. We had a mutual understanding change with a few of our alliance partners back in November. When we took on the new equipment, we knew we'd had to make some changes, so we dropped a few. As far as the North Atlantic goes, I don't have an alliance member up there because he's not full-time, but he's as close to an alliance member as you can get without being full-time. His name is Johnson Q. You can find him all over the internet. It's JOHNSONQU. He is about this tall. He is of Asian descent, and he is a rabid fool. I love him to death. He's one of my favorite people. Great instructor. He's trained with me at Paracosta, trained with me here in Florida. Just an incredible guy, and he can take great care of you. Sandor, I want those paramotor lights. Okay, so that's what the big announcement is tonight. We actually, for the first time ever, we're going to be releasing the Paradigm Aerobatic Team's bright white lights. These are going to be custom-made kits that will help fit your paramotor. They're run by everything included. They're on sale right now on our website. We only have 10 sets. This is our prototype batch. We've already tested them all, but this is the first time that we've actually released them. This is the batch that's basically making us no money because now we have to go buy a ton more and we have to find a better source for it because right now we're just buying the parts at retail. But check this out. You ready? Now, hang on. It's a little bright.
Wow.
These are designed, if you guys look at the pictures that John's about to put up, these are designed to be as bright as humanly possible. They will actually illuminate your wing at sunset or past sunset. It will illuminate your entire wing. It looks like you're wearing a halo, and these are directional. So unlike our other lights where I was flying at Oshkosh last year, and we had 3 different strips of lights, and I'm coming into land at the ultralight fields like 9 o'clock at night. It's dark. I mean, it's dark because we were flying into the waiver. And so it's like an hour after sunset, I think, or 40 minutes. So dark. And legally, guys, under the waiver, in the air show, we can do that. I came into land, and I look over my right shoulder just to make sure I was going to cut somebody off on my turn to flare. And I completely lazed myself. I couldn't see anything. I like turned back to the field, and the field's like, gone. It's just black. I literally landed by Braille. It was ridiculous. So these are the lights, guys. Check them out on the website. Link is in the chat right now. If you guys want them, there's only 10 sets. So I'm trying to convince our guys that we should make them in different colors, but for right now, they're available in white on the website. Check them out. Sorry, 8 sets. 8 sets.
Dang,
we sold 2 already. 7 sets.
I was thinking,
Sorry.
You're going to have to make me get on my phone and I want to buy
AJ,
some.
You don't have to buy a set. We'll get you taken care of later. We'll add an extra one.
I mean, all right.
So really cool stuff, guys. I love these lights. They live on mine a lot of the time. Sorry. I did a thing. It's really cool stuff. Let's see. Bob got his mug, but it's in 30 pieces. Oh, no. We'll get you another mug, Bob. Dude, that sucks. I'm so sorry. With that said, let's go ahead and give away another mug as well. So, Bob, send us an email. We'll get you another mug. But if anybody wants a free mug, please share this video, this live stream, and we'll get things going. I'm going to swap AJ out with Tyson, answer a few more questions, and Roberto, can you fly an international airline with the Maverick? I know lots of people who've flown on international airlines with motors. I've also know people, including myself, who have had their motors seized by the TSA because it really depends on the national regulation and the airline regulation, so be aware. Do you have to get rated with US HPA for paragliders to fly one of what? Paramotors? No. Suddenfashion.com. Oh my gosh, I love the wingtip throws. Dude, sweet. My eyes are still blinking from them, but I'm glad you like them. Lucian, good to see you, brother man. Let's see here. Starfighter light giveaway shared. How is the progress on the at-home curriculum? Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. At-home curriculum's coming along. We actually start filming the actual video elements of it next week on Friday or Thursday. Let's see. Scroll down. Let's get through some more. Mark Dillner, you just won, my friend. If you want a shirt, hat, or cup, please send us an email, info@aviatorppg.com, and we will get that to you along with your address. Let's see. Do those lights fit a Scout? Yes, Eric, they do fit a Scout. They will definitely fit a Scout. In fact, we had them on a Scout multiple times. Gary Sloan, I'm not going to make it to Bad Apples, my friend. I'm going to be in Arizona for a conference, and I'm super disappointed, but several of our instructors are going to be there, including Chris Garrison, who's our new head of school. He is the man, the myth, the legend. All right, Tyson.
Howdy.
Sorry, I was just like, blah, 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 blah. So, Tyson, you're here again. It's been a whole week. You got here last Sunday.
Yep.
We started the class Monday. So Tuesday night, you'd been through 2 days of class. We said last week we weren't sure how we were working together. We're still not completely sure. Trying to get him to come here and work here for us this in the fall and winter. Tell us about your experience this week. What has it felt like? How has it been for the students, for you, the instruction style? Because you've been doing this for over 20 years. It's kind of a big deal. I'm a little bit nervous.
Well, I'm impressed.
Yay.
Overall.
Good.
The connection between the instructors and the students are top notch. The program is awesome. The materials you guys cover are great. The equipment that you have is top of the line.
It's because of the same equipment you have. I don't.
It is, but it's top of the line, and I think that matters. It's all been 100% positive, and
Good.
I've really enjoyed my time here, getting to know everybody, hanging out, lending a hand wherever I can.
Getting to fly my motor every day.
Yep.
You've flown it way more than I have this week.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. And the conditions that we've had have been amazing weather-wise. And it's been a blast. So thanks for having me down, man.
Dude, it's been a pleasure. It's been such a joy. I think that, to me, getting to watch the way that you teach and interact with the students is so similar to the way that we teach. And then watching, you came to me today with a list of like 500 things you change. Maybe it was 5.
It was a couple.
But they were really, really brilliant stuff. And I to me, if a good pilot's always learning, right? And a good instructor is always relearning and always challenging ourselves to learn how to teach better. And I think that we have the best possible instruction team. I really do. I love the way our instructors teach. But you had some really interesting tidbits, like even the direction that we're turning around for reverses right now, which works totally fine for us.
It does.
But we do it in higher winds, and you teach a lot of lower wind reverses, and you had some great points that we'll definitely implement because it's something that we can change for the better in the future, which is really cool.
Right on.
How many flights do the students get this week?
Gosh. How many? 143.
143 flights for 6 students.
Yeah.
In 8 days.
And in the last class, one student had 104.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's...
We have been blessed with like the best weather this
Yeah.
week. Like the last 2 weeks have been just insanely good weather. So, that was pretty fun to see. We've got the guys that were in this past class. There's going to be a lot of great videos coming out from their experiences. So I think people will really enjoy it. And
everybody was awesome. They just like clicked and got it, and it couldn't have asked for a better class to be around for both of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's a big thing for us is we're always in a position where we try to find the right people. And we've talked a lot about this in the last couple of live streams. We want to put people in a certain place on the safety matrix. How tall are you? How heavy are you?
Yep.
What kind of adventure experience do you have? What's your reaction time like? If you're a 75-year-old, 300-pound, 5'8" dude who hasn't done anything physical in 20 years, it's going to be really unsafe to teach you. If you're a 75-year-old, 250-pound, 6'5" who runs triathlons, and you play chess on the weekends or whatever, like sick, absolutely sick.
Yeah.
So definitely lots of good stuff for us to consider. And I've really enjoyed this class because actually the last two classes, because the guys are just like sharp, and they get rule number 2 really well, which is listen. They love to listen.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to answer a few more questions. Power to fly, yes, it does fit a power to fly. It fits a Zenith, and it will fit a Monster. As long as it'll fit pretty much any 140-centimeter cage, give or take. It attaches using tape, of all things. We found that tape works best because it limits the amount of grabbing. We've had issues in the past using the epoxy or the double stick tape on the back of them. So we just use really thin packing tape material, like a prop tape, and it works really, really well. For us so far, that's been the best bet, and it allows you to remove it if you want to break down the cage. Versus like our first 2 years of Paradigm shows, every time we fly a show, first off, the light strips would break really easily. Secondarily, every time you finished a show, you just threw away all the lights because something would break. You had to take apart the motor. It's like $700 or $800 of the lights per show.
Ouch.
Gone. It hurt. So, ouch. All right. Got the Fat Boy kit for the 280. The spacers are different on either side. Is there a right way to put them on? There should not be different size spacers on the Fat Boy kit, Brenton. They should be the same size because the offset's in the bars. So yeah. Eric says we should expand to Quebec province. We'd love to do something in Quebec. We'd love to do something in Canada, period. We actually are looking for some Canadian instructors for a project we're working on next year. All right. So you've enjoyed your time here, Tyson.
I have.
You're going home.
Yep.
We're going to be sad to lose you.
Well, thanks.
We may see you back this fall.
I'm going to be sad to leave. I've had a blast, yeah.
How's the weather in Washington?
Starting about now, it's going to be really good through September. So I'm really
coming to
looking
visit.
forward to it. Please,
Seriously.
anytime.
I was showing you those videos that of flying Oregon and Washington.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I want to go play.
Yeah.
Looks absolutely incredible.
It's amazing how much geography we have up there, from the Pacific Coast and the Olympic Mountains, the Puget Sound, the Cascades, Eastern Washington. Then we've got the Columbia River Gorge.
Yep.
In between Washington and Oregon, and it's a real play field. I'm very blessed to be able to been born and raised there and now fly paramotors for over half of my life.
That's so freaking cool. I wish I could say I've been flying paramotors for half my life. I'm almost to a third. John Adams says, do they come with a warranty? If you're talking about the lights, we always have a satisfaction guaranteed thing here, guys. If it gets to you and you use it and it breaks really fast and you don't feel like that's fair, contact us. We'll take care of you. There are 5 units left, apparently.
And there's going to be a field now to type in what motor they use.
There's now a field on there that asks what motor you use so we can figure out what length to cut your LEDs. Sweet.
Smart.
So let's see. Eric, come play. Have a trailer or a spare bedroom for you to take off from across the road. Skylar, sweet dude, where are you? I don't know where Skylar is. I don't think. I might know. I don't know. I'm sorry, Skylar. I'm so Oh, no, I don't remember. All right. Speaking of prop tape, have you seen a tendency for the tape to slip and stretch due to centrifugal force? How would you prep the prop to prevent this? Asking for a friend. I've never had an issue with prop tape slipping. Have you?
I haven't either.
Okay, take the KY off your fingers before you apply it, Todd. Seriously, bro. Jeez. Oh, Skylar's north of Portland, 30 minutes. You ever fly with Skylar?
No, I don't. No, I haven't.
Dude,
I
you guys
want
have got
to.
it.
Let's do it.
Pimp out your website. Pimp up your website. Let's
All
go.
right, and come visit Skylar. FunFly'n, FUNFLYN.com, and we'd love to have you. We love having people up just like Eric and Aviator.
Mike's coming out to visit.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he is. We've already got that planned, and so looking forward to it. So come visit, hang out, come fly with us. We'd love to have you.
Absolutely. Mike Tiffy, good to see you, brother, man. Hope you're doing well. I was thinking about you a lot this week. I don't know why. You kept getting popped in my head. Always good to see you. All right. I'm going to do a quick shift. I'm going to bring in our chief of, God, so many things. It's ridiculous. And no one's really met him yet. He's been in a couple of videos lately, but I'm going to bring Alex in. Alex handles all of our maintenance. He handles our storeroom. He handles aircraft maintenance. He handles vehicle maintenance. He handles basically keeping all of us sane, shipping, receiving. He does so much. We're going to take a 3-minute break, bring Alex in, and swap batteries and kick it off. See you guys in 3.
All right, we're back. I'm Eric Farewell, and we are live. Keep the questions rolling. So, let's see. Here's a question for those of us who, good Lord, how does he see so far? How often should we need to repack the... Hold on, why did you scroll? The fiberglass in our mufflers. Oh my God, who knows? Who knows? No one knows, man. No one knows, Mark. Alex, on condition. Alex, why don't you come on in, man? Come on and have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Alex Montanez. Alex is our warehouse and parts manager, shipping and receiving and maintenance and technical. He's the guy who you will speak to on the phone if you won't leave us alone about your technical questions. He'll be the guy. Alex, welcome. Just try and keep the pop blocker there about a fist from your face.
All right.
Yeah, roughly like that.
There we go.
Nina, how are we looking over there? I have no idea if the sound... Did I even turn the sound back on?
Yes,
I did?
on air.
Okay, we are on the air. Have you ever filled your warehouse positions?
The answer is yes.
Yes, we did. Thank you, sir. Thank you for asking. But we are growing very quickly, and we will be looking for more staff in every aspect of this company very, very shortly. Oh, we're busted. We're busted.
We're busted.
All right, I'm actually not Eric. Here he is here.
He has way prettier hair than me, though.
You just look 100 pounds. No,
I just lost 100 pounds. Oh, like 80, 90?
Yeah.
But I actually may have to go steal the restroom. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll bring him back in here. I ate fast food right before this. It's terrible. I'm just like the least professional podcast we've ever done.
Oh, no worries.
All right, guys. So this is Alex Montanez.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, it's so great to finally have you on here.
Thank you.
You sat back there for like every episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tell the world a little bit about who you are and what brought you here.
Oh, my.
Okay, first off, the most interesting man in the world. That's all.
Do I get to get a beer commercial now? Or?
Do you want a beer?
I'll drink one after.
Okay.
So. Then my Spanglish get tweaked a little bit, so I want people to understand me.
Where were you born?
I'm from Puerto Rico. Flew all over the Caribbean. Been in aviation for about 30 years, doing everything from flying planes, big planes, small planes, and seaplanes, and everything but snow planes. And
Not a lot of snow in the Caribbean?
No,
No.
not that much. And aircraft mechanics by trade as well. Work for big companies like Boeing, Northrop Grumman, all the way down to smaller BOs, doing maintenance, doing flying instructing. I'm also a certified flying instructor for fixed wing. And now I'm here. About a year ago. I've been always wanted to do it. I see the way before power paragliders. I saw the big PPCs going out there. Greenville, Illinois, there's a place over there that seen them flying all the time.
Yep.
And I'm like, you know what? I want to do that one of these days. And a few years back, I took a ride on a PPC down in the Sebring Air Show, and I fell in love. Low flying, slow flying, looking at alligators, going around in the lakes and all that stuff. It was great. Treetop flying, just a few inches on top of the tree. I cannot do that with a 172. So
Well, you could do it once in a 172.
yeah, you know. So I figure I gotta do this. So I got into the long waiting list for a while. Almost a year ago,
Yep.
I got trained May. As a matter of fact, May is my anniversary.
It's your
On
anniversary.
the May class of last year, I was able to get in because someone canceled. So they called me in a relatively short period of time. Mary called me. She's like, if you can make it, we're glad to have you. And the rest is history. That's when I met you. You checked a little bit of my experience. And I remember you telling me, one of these days, man, I'd like you here sometime. So
I was like, the more I learned about Alex, first off, he's the Puerto Rican version of me. But way more accomplished. He, like you said, certified flight instructor, A&P mechanic. He restores old cars.
Yep.
He's owned a
Big
food
car
truck. A food truck, ironically called
Gourmet Aviator.
Gourmet Aviator. Yep.
You can still see pictures on Instagram and probably Facebook, but Instagram mainly, Gourmet Aviator.
You got to look up Gourmet Aviator on Instagram. We'll put
Yeah.
the link in the chat. It's like the coolest food truck ever. It's painted like a P40. It was
Yep.
so cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You paid-
It's actually an award-winning wrap. The company that wrap it for me, they win on some national competitions that they do, and they actually won first place. on
Really?
it. So yeah, and some in their office, what they did is they every office space that they have, they actually have a cutout of some of their award-winning
Wraps?
wraps, and mine was one of them. One
Oh,
of their
that's
office.
awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Dude, it was an amazing looking food truck. And in addition
you.
to that, and again, because we're like the same person, you had Aviator hot sauce.
Yes,
You've had Aviator wing sauce,
barbecue sauce.
barbecue sauce. He was one of the first 6 food trucks in Jacksonville.
That's right.
And when you sold the business, how many trucks were there?
About 200, give or take.
Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah.
You went to work for ATP, which is the world's largest flight school.
Correct.
And what did you do there?
I was a senior parts manager in charge of 365 aircraft nationwide. We have about 50 schools, give it and take, and 14 maintenance locations. And I have 2 big warehouses that I was in charge, one in Phoenix, one in Jacksonville.
So when we put up that we were looking to hire a warehouse manager, Alex contacted me, and we'd already filled the job. We filled the job the same day. He contacted me, and he's like, I'd like to have that job. And I told him, I was like, dude, you're way too qualified. You're way overqualified.
Yep.
And then it ended up working out. We had the guy we hired initially was like, listen, I'd rather just help out. I don't want to work here full time. I want to be able to have fun. I want to be able to go and do what I want to do. And we're like, dude, we love you. No problem. And so like 3 weeks later, you started.
Yeah, you kind of give me a call in the middle of work, and I was like, hey, Alex, I need to talk to you. And it's like, oh, okay. And you still want to come over? It's like, sure, let's go. Let's do it. And now I'm here.
And then like a week after you started work, we went to England and Italy.
That's right. Fantastic trip of a lifetime. Got
We're
trained
going
real
back
well.
again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fantastic weather. Well,
It was cold.
yeah, it was cold. In one of the trips, we actually have all seasons in one trip, including hail.
That's
But
true.
it was great. Great food, fantastic people. Get to meet all the suppliers. Get factory trained, which is very important here.
Yeah.
So anybody that have any Viterasi questions, please contact me.
Yep,
as
you
always.
know all the answers.
Well, I try to. So.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on the show is A, we want to answer some technical questions, and B, we're working on a whole new series for Aviator.
Yes.
And this is your idea.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to work on a longer form TV show style thing, answering people's questions on how to do technical support issues. So how to take your motor apart, how to clean your carburetor, how to, whatever it might be. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully,
absolutely.
first episode next week, I hope.
Yep. We're
So
gonna push real hard to get it done. So
Yeah.
yeah, we will. So
It's Alex. Alex can literally fix anything to the point where it's kind of terrifying.
customize things too. So
Customize.
Yes.
Oh, you have another company called Extreme Mobility Concepts.
correct.
And what do you do with that?
I basically build mobility vehicles for the physically impaired, basically. Buddy of mine, Scott Darnell, came to me many years ago. I built a custom truck for him in air ride suspension, and he said, I don't want a minivan, I don't want a van, I want to look cool. And definitely he did look super cool. He's still looking very cool, Scott, if you're watching.
Dude, that truck is
Yes.
so bomb.
And he was the inventor of the actual lift, so he's only have mobility from his chest up, and he can actually drive for hours. He came and visit me unassisted. He did nobody to get in and get out of the car.
That's so awesome.
And then he come in to me a couple of years ago, and he asked me, "Hey, now I'm down here in Florida. I cannot visit the beach. What can you do for me?" And we actually end up coming up with the standard wheelchair that basically picking up from his actual motorized wheelchair without having to get out. He's 6'6", I think, and about 275, 250
It's
pounds.
a big dude.
Yeah, so nobody wants to lift him up, or I wouldn't want to lift him up.
He doesn't want anyone to lift him up either.
No,
They're going to drop him.
Incredible, yeah. So plus you have to push him in this, in this wheelchair thing. So we made a motorized version of it. So it's
That's
actually
amazing.
pretty impressive.
And it can go on the beach.
He will go on the beach, and he has the same functionality and the same systems as a wheelchair, so they cannot kick him out.
That's so freaking
Yes.
sweet.
Battery operated.
So Alex has done it all. He's got this gorgeous 1969 Bug that I can't wait to get down here and steal all the
Yep.
time to drive back and forth to work. He's an incredible painter. He's incredible with all kinds of things mechanical. So he's working on the airplanes out here. He's working on all the paramotor stuff. We're pulled out a Swamp Thing paramotor that we're trying to make sure is working now, and it's continually growing. So you guys start thinking about questions that you want to have
Please.
answered on the eventual tech talk, paramotor tech stuff that we're going to start releasing. So make sure that you guys start thinking those things up. We'll have a form on the website for it soon. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited because
Me too.
people can listen to your Spanglish and
Oh, yeah.
love it.
Hopefully they don't understand it. Maybe I tweak a little bit. So.
Just do an Australian accent.
I'm going to have to work on that one.
All right. Let's see here. John Dixon asks, what is the best way to stop prop torque, trimmers, etc.? The best way of stopping any kind of torque or P-factor torque on your paramotor is to correct it aerodynamically. That's the first step. If you can do so using either like a Scout's Fens, I love the Virus ATLMLs.
Yes.
They work incredibly well. They go right on your net, and any standard net they'll fit. We have them in stock. It's $200, and it kills all the torque. I can wingtip drag right. I can wingtip drag left. It works just the same either way.
And we have the counter-rotating ones now in stock as well. For
Yep.
the Atom 80, anybody with anything like that, counter-rotating, we have them in stock.
If you have an Atom 80 and you're having issues with torque, you might have more issues.
Yeah.
But like a Thor 200, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Atom actually does have some P-factor torque because anytime you add a gearbox and you're extending that moment arm of that prop factor, it does increase the torque, but
Yes.
it's certainly not insurmountable. The other ways to counter it would be using offset in the arms, like the Fly has the offset on the mounting point,
Yes.
and the Parajet has the offset actually on the arms themselves, so you can move either side. I've been telling a lot of people lately, like if you're 190 pounds, buy a Parajet Maverick, throw an Atom on it, and then in a year, you've flown 200-300 hours in your Atom, and you're going to a smaller wing, easy. Throw a motor on it,
Yes.
switch your hang point
Oh,
over to the
yeah.
opposite side, and you're now you have two motors
You're
in
done.
one. You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
so longevity. John,
Eloise says hello.
my daughter says hello. I don't even see it. My daughter Eloise. Hi, Eloise. I love you. I'm so proud of you for taking a nap and getting up to stay up late tonight. Good girl. My daughter's 4, and she loves flowers and drawing and the color pink and purple.
There you go.
It's pretty
Little
fantastic.
princess.
She is a freaking princess, dude.
Yeah.
Lon Brotman says, when choosing a trike or foot takeoff, is there a big difference in the way they feel or perform? It really depends on what setup you go with. If you get a big, heavy trike like a Vertigo or we've got a couple that were back there, a trike buggy, things
dinosaurs,
like
yeah.
some of the dinosaurs. It definitely changes things massively. It's a huge difference. If you get a Foxy trike,
You can weight shift on that. So
Yeah,
it's
weight shifts,
pretty
it
much the same.
feels
as
the same.
Foot
Yeah.
lunge, it's just easier in no wind conditions, and you're sitting down.
So you trained foot lunge and you've switched to trike.
Yes, and I'm doing pretty much both. So
What do you think of the trike?
in no wind condition with my physique, basically, and the inability to run as fast, unless somebody's chasing me for something bad. I think it's great because no wind condition, especially Foxy trike, I highly recommend somebody to have it. It's basically based on age and physical conditions, but in no wind condition, even the most fit person is still working out a little bit, try to get off from the ground. And in one of those days, all you want to do is kind of enjoy the day without sweating too much. Throw the Foxy trike on it, snap it, and go. We have our vertical trike, which is
So
extremely. It's just like being sitting in your lazy boy at home, and it's perfect. All
I
you
love
need
that
is the remote.
Kurt last class, he got like 20 flights in, and then he started flying with his coffee cup.
I didn't hear about that, but that's great.
Well, the best part was he'd been talking about it the whole time. He's like, I'm going to fly with my coffee. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And he said he finally flew with his coffee, and he was having so much fun he forgot to drink it.
Not kidding. I had a guy in Sun and Fun, and he's like, this is like sitting in a nice, customized chopper. You're
Nice.
sitting back, but you have back support, you have everything. So that's what the one I've been flying, the fuel injection version. So it's phenomenal.
Well, that's one of the big things, too, that we always tell people is, like, you want to fly the unit that's right for you. And it doesn't have to be foot launch, doesn't have to be trike. It can be one or the other. And to me, the reality is if you fly a foot launch unit and you have anything wrong with your body, anything wrong, bad knee, bad ankle, bad back, with no wind, having a Foxy trike or something like it as an accessory is the
Yes.
ultimate accessory.
Absolutely. Highly recommended.
Yep.
Especially the Foxy trike. That thing closes up just like an umbrella, and it's literally a little bit bigger than an umbrella. It's a little bit thicker, but it's fairly small for what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you got the tires on it, sand tires, but it's very, very, very convenient.
It does the job. Danielle, my wife, says, hi, Daddy. Uh-huh. And my fish Sparkle says hello. Thank you, Eloise. Tell Sparkle I say hi, too. James Robinson, say someone wanted to purchase a Fly Products Vertigo trike from you. How long would it take to get one, and is there a shipping charge? James, good to hear from you. You actually just got an email in from Nina about an hour ago. There is a shipping charge, and the timeline really depends on the time of year. Oftentimes, we have them in stock here. We just sold our last one. We do have another one on order. I think 2 more on order right now. And so the timeline is not as short as we'd like. I think they're probably, I'm guessing 4 weeks out, 3 to 4 weeks out. Plan for 5 with shipping. And whether it gets shipped here or directly drop shipped to you will depend a lot on the price of shipping. Our last one we shipped, we actually crated up, or Alex crated up, because it was going all the way to D.C. We wanted to make it sure it showed up perfectly in perfect condition. So big wooden crate, and I think it was like $700 to ship.
Yeah, and I got there like relatively fast, 5 days including weekends. I think we shipped it on a Thursday, and I got there by Tuesday or Wednesday the next week. So
Yeah.
as long as we have them in stock, we can ship them out right away.
And we try to keep everything in stock, but guys, we're coming into the busy season. So if you're looking to learn to fly, or you already fly, you know that you want something,
Yes.
don't wait. You can use our financing packages. You can do whatever you need to do. Don't wait, because the delays are going up. 3 weeks ago, the delay on a wing from Ozone was 19 days. Today, it's 45.
Yes.
We ordered 20-something wings in a day 3 weeks ago. They're already sold, and they aren't even here yet.
Yeah, and I got a big shipment today, and I think half of them were already gone. So
If
they're
not all
going
of
real
them.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah,
they're going
and
real fast.
it's a great time to be alive. It's a great
Yes.
time to get in the sport. But if you know that you want something, call Nina, call John, call me. We'll help you guys figure out what to order. We generally try not to sell equipment until after you finish training. But if you are training and you really want to make the investment so you don't have a delay in between flying, we'll work with you and try to make sure we pick the right thing. So.
Absolutely.
Skip Noel, live stream shared. Thank you for sharing the stream, Skip. Just because you scared it, just because you shared it, you can win something. Go onto our website at shop.aviatorppg.com and click on merchandise. Look at all of the different shirts, hats, etc. Pick something out that you like and send us an email at info@aviatorppg.com. We'll send it to you. Just send us your address and we'll zap it over to you.
Absolutely.
Boom. We got all the merchandise up this week, guys. That's
Yes.
this guy right here and his assistant Kate. They crushed
her
it.
a lot of credit.
I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful.
Many hours to make it happen, but you got all there.
Worth it?
Yep.
All right, let's see here. Brad asked, can you use the same wing with the Foxy Trike add-on?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, it's only 20 pounds, so if you're
19.5.
Yeah, if you're all the way at the very top of the weight range, you wouldn't want to use the trike perhaps. But that said, I mean, I fly my 16-meter free ride on it, and it's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Eric Sheridan says, I want the Spider 3. Eric, send us an email. The Spider 3 is releasing at the end of July. We already have some in stock that we've been testing and filming and prepping with. They should be ready to rock and roll. I think it's July 20th or 21st.
I think so.
We're trying to get a whole bunch in stock before the release date so people aren't waiting 60 days for them after they release. So, yeah, let us know what you're looking for, and we'll do our best to serve you.
Yep.
Boom. We're an hour in. A little more than an hour, aren't we?
Yeah.
19:05. All right. Any other questions? Otherwise, we're going to go home.
Sounds good.
What are some of the topics you're going to talk about on Tech Talks that you already have in mind?
I'm gathering a lot of the frequently asked questions that I get over the phone. Some of them, something as simple as how to, torque the head. But I think I'm going to get pretty deep. I think I'm going to get all the way to an engine rebuild. Obviously, it's not going to be in one episode because I want to keep them short and interesting. How to pack a reserve. A lot of people know that. Some people don't know that. How to choose the reserve pocket. Parajet actually come with their own pocket, which I have packed before, which is actually pretty nice, pretty integral, very nice.
I love it.
Yes, yes, and say Parajet on it. But just topics like that. Anything from troubleshooting. I like to have an episode on how to troubleshoot, whether it's an electrical system.
Right.
Could be something pretty simple, grounds and things like that, all the way up to mechanical troubleshooting. It's making this clanking noise. What should it be? I also want to cover a lot of basic day-to-day thing. How to do a proper pre-flight. How to do a post-flight inspection.
Yeah, how important the post-flight is. To me, the post-flight is more important than a pre-flight.
Absolutely. Check for leaks. What went wrong? What have gone wrong? If you maintain your unit in a certain way, you will be less likely to have any engine failures and incidents up in the air. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference. So that's part of our mission here, guys, is always trying to up the bar of what you can expect from us and trying to bring better service, whether it's warranty support or just knowledge,
Yes.
which Alex is incredible at taking a whole bunch of complex information and actually making it so I can understand it. So that's a good thing. I'm definitely not the world's best mechanic, so I'm super thankful that you had this idea and we're going to knock it out of the park.
I'm very excited.
It's going to be fun.
Oh yeah.
All right, we are 2 minutes with no comments, so I'm guessing that that it's not worked.
Hey, Dave.
Colin Clark is 15, wants to get into paramotors. Is there an age limit?
Colin wants to know if you can get into paramotoring at age 15. The answer is absolutely yes.
Yeah.
There is no age limit on paramotoring. To train at one of our schools, you have to be 14 years old. You have to be able to carry 60 pounds on your back and sprint. But other than that, as long as you have your parents' consent, it is legal for you to start flying at any age.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it's definitely could be more challenging if you're smaller person and can't carry as much weight. But we've trained as young as 11. He didn't fly because he couldn't carry the weight of the motor.
Oh wow.
But he's ready to fly, and he's gotten bigger, so it's good. All right, let's give away a couple more things. Dave Counts, live stream shared and liked. Thank you, sir. We will be happy to give you something as well. Send us an email, info@aviatorppg.com. I can see it fine just like that. And we will get you something given away as well, guys. We really appreciate all the shares. We hope that this stream is good for you all. If you have any thoughts on the stream, if you're enjoying it, leave a comment. I want to read them. I want to see what your thoughts are. To everybody who came out tonight, AJ, Tyson, and Alex, thank you guys very much.
Thank you for having me.
If there are any other questions, I will give it like 2 more minutes, and then we'll bounce.
Also, any kind of technical question, any kind of theme or subject you guys want me to cover during the Tech Talks, just let us know. Please send us an email.
Absolutely. Yep. You can reach Alex at aviatorppg.com. We're always here to serve you guys, 100%. Jesse Tishner, please come back to Owensboro. Dude, we want to come back to Owensboro. We've been talking to the Mays about potentially doing something, and hopefully we are able to get back to Owensboro someday soon. Jeff, thank you very much. Emilio, 3 streams in a... Mike, thank you very much. And Luis, thank you very much as well. Mark, pleasure. Justin Fox, great to see you. I can't wait for you to meet Alex also. You guys will get along very well.
Right. Awesome.
Justin's always a pleasure, my friend. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It's
Thank you.
This is the earliest we've been off of one of these in quite some time.
I know.
I'm excited to go home.
You might be deadline. So.
I know. It's actually still be daylight. That's a
Can see
solid
it.
point. Go fly, guys. All right. Acid Eric, how do you even choose the right reserve size, shape, front mount, side mount? I know everyone is different. We can definitely do a tech talk on reserves. That will happen.
Yes.
Any thoughts on Pat? Pat makes great paramotors. They're not for everyone. I don't prefer the way they hook in, but their fit and finish is excellent, and they're good people. So especially here in the U.S., work with Lauren and Shannon. They're fantastic. Best restaurant in Lake Wales?
Depends.
Beef O'Brady's. No, I don't know. Probably Crazy Fish.
I like
Lencantro.
Crazy Fish. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so many people talking now. Jeez.
They woke up.
Kyle Short, good to see you. Sudden Fashion, you can have something free too. Send us an email. We'll take care of you. Guys, thank you very much. And I am going to go home and have dinner while my wife can still remember my face. Thank you so much for watching. Alex, thanks again for being on.
Thank you.
We shall see you guys next week, Tuesday, probably between 6 and 9 p.m. because I'll have to tow again. So we'll see. See
There
you
you go.
guys.